Hey everyone, it's me, Lightning Godzilla, trying to Triceratops here. The reason why I'm making this video because there's a moment we all been waiting for. And my design of Godzilla vs. Kong is Monster Strong Godzilla vs. Kong design. But Godzilla had 2014 mold and it also played like 1962. And it started out like in King of the Monsters, Godzilla's roaring. And after that, but then he stopped roaring for a little while. Then he looks up to the airplane center. Well, then don't confuse, but Godzilla knows that the airplane seen Madison. And then they fade to now we have a title card. 2 years later, the monarch is serving Godzilla. They don't know where at. Mark tells his friends to usually go home for the night. He says can't, he needs to work. So Mark brought Madison here. She confused her all, but don't care. So no bad security, make sure nothing happens till Godzilla came out of nowhere. Came to San Diego to find her. He's trying to find Madison Russell because I don't know why he's trying to find her. No, he's not going to kill her. Just making sure it's safe. You can make it what you want to do. That's fine with me. And Godzilla just marching in Tokyo, San Diego, and then they find city. The city is evacuating, and Godzilla, just make chaos around here. Then he destroy buildings. No, he's not trying to kill humans because he don't want to end up like King Ghidorah. So he decided to destroy buildings, making sure everything buildings he needs to destroy to bother the humans. So it's kind of like Godzilla lashing out to humanity for making the monsters. So I guess it kind of win for Godzilla. And Godzilla's actually crushing down humanity's places building, and Mark confusing why Godzilla is doing this, but Godzilla continues to rampage over the city. He's destroying empty buildings. So yeah, Godzilla is not the villain, he's still the underdog in my version. Madison's confused at why he's doing this. So then Godzilla leaves back until the helicopter is flying to Skull Island, acts what Commander is telling him to do. Then the Commander says we need to go to Skull Island to find something. And Alexandra tells them we need to find Kong. And the pilot says why they want to find Kong. He says this is the only way to kill Godzilla. Then Sun said Kong is rising up from the Pacific. He just, looking up straight. Alexandra said, I found you, you little monkey. Then Kong just his closes his fit really tightly. Alexandra believes Kong may be the key to destroying Godzilla once and for all. And Kong is ready to find a helicopter, but the screen turns black. Sometime later, Monarch is trying to have a conversation that why Godzilla is attacking the city. He's not trying to attack it, he's trying to save it. So they decide to go to Skull Island, and then he enters because I'm a drone behind this. So, see Godzilla underwater, hibernating from his rampage, and then he sends something and that someone else engaged. They get to Skull Island. It's a different evolved Skull Island, and Alexandra is testing Kong with the Gorosaurus. Now it's be a Gorosaurus versus Kong battle we never seen before. So yeah, and then they just roar at Kong. They will not back down to Kong. So they just fight these three Gorosaurus versus Kong, so that he take them all down one by one, and he throw them to the cliff like King Kong style. Then he throw another one. Yep. Down is 2 down, 1 to go. Now Kong ready to finish off the last one. And Gorosaurus will not back down to Kong. It may lead to Gorosaurus' death, but Kong will decide to look down and thinking about the species one last time, and then Kong roared at the Gorosaurus, so then they battle it out. But it's like a battle of the ages. Well, not really a battle. Algernon watching it and see Kong is a master of fighting. Algernon became so inspired by Kong is defeating the Gorosaurus without no sweat. Then Kong just prying Gorosaurus open. Algernon is really impressed. So Kong is prying, punching and prying open Gorosaurus' jaw, and then he breaks it and snaps his neck, killing the Gorosaurus. Kong is playing it with it a little while, and Kong roared, and he pounds his chest and trying to believe that Kong is the key to defeating Godzilla. Algernon agrees, and then Kong uses victory roar in the air. Monarch bounds Algernon, and then Algernon is surrounded by them, and there's a couple of people in there. They need to stop Algernon from doing this. Madison's here too, but Kong is defending Algernon because he thinks he's an ally, but Algernon is just using Kong, so he commands Kong to kill them. Kong about to war, and then he's about to kill them until Kong sees something mysterious in the ocean. It's Godzilla. He's here for Kong, ready for a battle of the ages. Godzilla is trying to tell Kong that the humanity is crossing the line when he needs help to stop them. But Kong believes that Godzilla is the enemy, so he just attacks and charges Godzilla. Godzilla knows they're ready for a fight, so he agrees. And Kong does throw Godzilla around. But then Kong is kind of bored, and then Godzilla tail with Kong, and then Godzilla tail with Kong again. Then Godzilla jump on Kong, then Kong is just running over Godzilla, and then they have a 1962 battle. They're trying to hug each other, trying to hit one another. They, both of them are long and short arms. So yeah, Kong just grabs Godzilla in the head and just punching it open. And then Godzilla uses last sword. He slaps Kong, and then he tail whips Kong in the air into the ocean. Sure, I don't know if Godzilla's arm is stronger than Kong, but they both are stronger. And Godzilla just charging Kong, and then they jump and carry it, and then they make the ultimate battle. But Godzilla dodges it, and then he tail whips Kong, knocking him out. Doesn't knock him out, but it does make Kong weaker. Godzilla just breathes in, and Kong is over breathing in. Then Kong just grab the bottle and got punching Godzilla with it. Then Kong is just beating Godzilla's head in the pulp. He's almost killing Godzilla, just punching it, just hitting it a couple of times. Still Godzilla also plays turn blue, and then he blasts Kong in the face with it. Then Kong just jumps into another mountain, and then Godzilla charges Kong. He swipes. Then Godzilla decides to while Kong is rapidly building, and then Godzilla he went back to down cliff, and then back into our water, making a big splash. Then it makes a big splash until see Godzilla emerging from the water with some blue also place, and then he's ready to use it. He's charging blue. His blue it also plays doing blue, and then he blasts into the air, making a atomic breath sound effect. It's like Godzilla King of the Monsters title. And then Godzilla sees she's a human being that would beat Madison Russell. And Madison was shot, and Mark Watson thinking, what are you going to do with her? But Godzilla tries to down and get closer look at Madison. And he rushed to heal. And Madison tells Godzilla that she's not the enemy, and Godzilla brings it, and then Madison, please, Godzilla, you don't have to do this. And then Godzilla went and said she's okay, but Madison confused in a moment, and then Godzilla just walks away. All Godzilla turns out Godzilla wanted to make sure Madison was safe. And Godzilla leaves Skull Island. They think the battle's over for now. And Mon is confused but is happy. And this is part 1, and I will make part 2, but I need a little break, so see you later.